to explain why so many Jewish people see this problem as a crisis. Before I get into that, I want to offer two important caveats about what this speech is not. This speech is not an attempt to label most criticism of Israel and the Israeli government generally as anti-Semitic. I don't believe that criticism is. And this speech is also not an attempt to pit hate towards one group against that of another. I believe that bigotry against one group of Americans is bigotry against all, and that's why I've championed legislation like the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act, which targets violence against Asian Americans, and the Nonprofit Security Grant Program, which provides funding to help all houses of worship, churches, mosques, synagogues, gurdwaras, and to protect them from extremists. When President Trump called for a Muslim ban during the first weeks of his presidency, I held an emergency press conference to protest the ban alongside a Muslim mom and 4 of her daughters, all dressed in chadors, who said they feared they might never see their father again. It was a deeply distressing moment, and I'm an emotional sort. I began to cry. President Trump saw me crying on TV and gave me a nickname, Cryin' Chuck Schumer. I was and am proud of that moniker. The growing and vibrant Arab community is a vital, Arab American community is a vital part of our nation and of my city. And I condemn unequivocally any vitriol and hatred against them. We tragically saw where such hatred can lead sometimes in Vermont this week, and that is unacceptable. But today, I want to focus my remarks on anti-Semitism because it hits so close to home for me and because I believe this moment demands it. I have just said what this speech is not. So what is this speech about? I want to describe the fears and anxieties of many Jewish Americans right now, particularly after October 7th, who feel there are aspects of the debate around Israel and Gaza that are crossing over into anti-Semitism, rank anti-Semitism, with Jewish people simply being targeted for being Jewish, having nothing to do with Israel. I want to explain through the lens of history why this is so dangerous. The normalization and exacerbation of this rise in hate is the danger many Jewish people fear most. And finally, I want to suggest how and why I hope that all Americans of goodwill can come together and do a better job of condemning such views and such behavior. But first, let us establish the facts. There's no question that anti-Semitism is a serious problem in America. In general, Jewish Americans represent 2% of the U.S. population. Yet, we are the targets of 55% of all religion-based hate crimes recorded by the FBI. This problem has been steadily worsening in recent years. But after Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, hate crimes against Jewish Americans have skyrocketed. The Anti-Defamation League estimates that anti-Semitic incidents have increased nearly 300% since October 7th. The NYPD has recorded a 214% increase in New York City. And after October 7th, Jewish Americans are feeling singled out, targeted, and isolated. In many ways, we feel alone. The solidarity that Jewish Americans initially received from many of our fellow citizens was quickly drowned out by other voices, while the dead bodies of Jewish Israelis were still warm, while hundreds of Jewish Israelis were being carried as hostages back to Hamas tunnels under Gaza. Jewish Americans were alarmed to see some of our fellow citizens